The year was 1918, and the First Mennonite Church building was only 12 years old. The women of First Mennonite were already part of the larger Mennonite women community, a group that had been meeting at least once a year for an all-day sewing. Sometimes the women met at Ebenezer, at other times at St. John or Grace or Bluffton. But by 1918, each church had a strong enough membership for each church women's group to hold its own meeting in its own church building and work on its own projects. So the ladies of Bluffton First Mennonite drew up a constitution and organized their own women's missionary society. The first president was Mrs. E.J. Hirschler, wife of a Bluffton College professor, and incidentally the grandmother of Marilyn Bishop. At a meeting on March 16, 1919, the minutes tell us, and I quote, Mrs. Fred Gratz was appointed president of the Refugees Relief Committee. 20 dresses were made, unquote. Those dresses were for Belgian and French refugees of World War I. In October of the same year, 1919, we read, and I quote again, some tomatoes were canned for the rescue home in Lima, and the society voted to pay for the cost of doing the work. The amount was 75 cents, unquote. Here's a list of items they made during an all-day sewing in March 1920. 6 large, 2 small comforters, 4 large dresses, 3 aprons, 5 petticoats, 2 boys' waists, 8 white baby dresses, 13 gingham dresses for children, 3 drawers, 4 suspenders, 6 boys' pants, 1 midi suit, 1 sheet, and 3 pillow slips. Some of these were sent to a mission in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and others to the Chicago mission. The sewing project for the following year, 1921, was for Champa, India. 2 years later, $75 worth of clothing went for Russian relief. And in 1925, clothing was sent to Russian Mennonite immigrants in Canada. During this early period, a mite box was mentioned regularly, M-I-T-E, mite box. Small change was saved at home by individuals and then donated once a year. A total of $72.33 was raised this way in 1924. Often members would report on how they managed to fill their mite boxes. Some said they saved all their Lincoln pennies. Some saved Buffalo nickels. But it all added up. So from the very beginning, our women were sending money and clothing all over the world. So now we're ready to sing, Great is Thy Faithfulness.
Dresses